Hello everybody, Average Gamer here. Welcome to a new game. So this is Empyrion Galactic Survival. I've only played a tiny bit, enough that I've gotten off the main planet and kind of flew around and got my butt kicked. But I wanted you guys to join in, have some fun with me while we play and while we learn this new game. So basically, this is a game a la survival. You know, you go, you scavenge resources, build up your base, and well, survive. One of the things that I like about this game is it's got the building things from Space Engineers, but it also has the survivability of a lot of other games. So I like it, and it's got, you know, modern weapons and stuff like that. But what we're going to do is we're going to set up a new game here. Survival. The seed, I'm just going to set it to random. I'm still learning the game, so I've got things set a little easier than normal while we kind of learn how the game works and all that stuff. But yeah, let's go. So, I like this game. It's fun. It's kind of crafty. It's kind of not. It's kind of adventure-y. It's a good mix of a lot of things. And as you can see in the top right-hand corner here, you can build space stations, small little scout vessels. And here we go. So iron is good. We also want promethium. We want some copper, and we want some other stuff that I can't think of the names right now. I'm just going to do a quick 360. I'm looking around in my top left, and there is something over there. That looks like it might be an alien village or town or something. And we crashed! So we're going to skip the tutorial, only because I still am trying to get used to this myself. But we're going to get our things ready. So our collector is basically like your fabricator, your your table from Minecraft and a few other games, and it basically makes all your stuff. Let's go here. Let's get things kind of organized a little bit. So first things first, what do you do? Well, let's actually get our gun ready. This gun's pretty bad. This drill isn't anything too crazy either, but it's a fun game. It's a very fun survival game. It looks like so far the only thing we found is iron. As you can see here, you can get experience points from just about everything. You gotta... those guys are bad at you if you do bad things. That makes sense. Still trying to figure it all out. Still trying to figure the game out. The game's too loud. I'm gonna have to probably figure something out. That's one easy way. There's poop there. To get stuff. There's another one. Looking around to make sure I don't get attacked here. This might get really loud. Actually, it's not that bad. See, what I don't like is the fact that if you cut down a tree, you don't get experience. So. Yeah, oh, there we go. See, like, we get 8 experience just from, like, ripping up some rocks. Look at that. We also get experience points from collecting bushes and berries, and there's bad guys all over the place, and drones and robots come and attack your base. But there is some resources, so I'm going to F5 and launch my drone. Gonna make sure that we're set to removal of resources here, and I want to pick a good spot. I don't need a lot. I just need a few, maybe a few hundred of these things, so it shouldn't take us too long, really, to get what we need. Later on, you get better tools and better equipment and things like that, so it helps a lot. Large vehicles that'll help you get resources a lot easier. But we want a good, you know, at least 100 or 200 iron. Now, I still haven't figured out the best ways of finding this stuff yet and doing this. And what I'm going to be doing is in my off-screen times is when I'll be actually doing a lot of the collecting of resources. Oh, come on. I think this is one of the more tedious parts of the game, is just collecting your resources like you do in Minecraft. And a lot of other games too. So you can see a little bit of iron right there. There we go. We got 150 iron from that, which is already, well, a fair chunk. I'm just going to get one bit more here. I'm going to grab this bit here. It's closer. The blue that goes around the ore that you're looking for, it basically tells you which one's the closest. And really don't need too much right now just to start. So there we go. I'm just going to have 5. I'm going to exit out of that. So we ended up getting from that a couple hundred ore. We got some silicone. Some, oh, cobalt. Cobalt's actually very rare on the first planet that you'll have. But we need silicone. Silicon is good for making like Windows and computer chips and all sorts of other stuff. Move it copper, so copper and silicone, which is good. We need one more thing. It's called I think it's promethium. Promethium ore. It basically is like your power. Oh, and you hear my heart there. It's because I'm tired. You get stamina, which is in the bottom left-hand corner. Oh, found promethium over there. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna get our silicone over here. Then we're gonna move over that way and get our copper and our promethium. One of the good ways in this game to get XP a lot faster is by killing animals. Dinosaurs in this game are a thing, though I kind of wish they had used different kind of animals, but what are you gonna do? We got velociraptors, which get aggro at night on you. I want to definitely see what this is. That moon right there, you can actually go to it. You'll see it go up. You can actually fly to it later on. We'll definitely do that once we get our good tech going. When I get over to the silicon deposit, I'm going to throw down our little constructor here and show you guys how to make some ingots. And we're going to get tired again. So, the world itself, you can't drill to the center. I found it recently, because I tried in creative mode. Which, kind of sucks. But, the world's basically on a flat plane. The only time it actually is circular, quote-unquote, is when you're up in space. So, we're going to go into mining mode here again. Silicon, the same thing. We only want a couple hundred, so I'm going to try and find the closest stuff to the surface, which I think is going to be over here. Early on, getting resources is very tedious and very hard. I heard something. At night, you get attacked a lot. Like, a lot. I definitely think this might be more of a live stream game, possibly. But I wanted to get at least 3 episodes out this week and see how you guys, what you guys thought of it. Yeah, later on when I get the next tier level of drill, resources at that point are just, they're junk. You don't need resources at that point. We got 70 silicone there, silicon. Silicone, completely different purpose. Especially if you live in the state of California. How much silicon is that? It's 85. We want at least a couple hundred. Wow, this silicon deposit, not the biggest. Later on, you can go into like building mining barges, drive around the surface. You can build large ships that just go around mining asteroids and things like that. It's very, very, very large, very larger than life. A little bit of, I think it's Space Engineers. Is the game I'm thinking about off the top of my head right now. But this definitely has with the survival aspect that Space Engineers doesn't have. Definitely is what brought, which is definitely what brought me into the game. Oh. And the fact that this game's made in Unity, and I'm trying to learn Unity, I think that's always a good sign. 171, so that's 1,000. No, it's a times. It's a divide by. Every 5 is an ingot. I need a little bit more. Finding a seam like right here is really good because it helps separate stuff as you can watch and see. So in the beginning, yeah, it's slow and boring. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that at the beginning, slow. I'm gonna, like I said, most of this stuff I'm gonna be doing off screen in the future. This first week, I'm gonna kind of show you guys the tediousness of just starting. Because to be honest with you, I really haven't gotten that far. The possibility is that some friends and I will be making a private server as well for this. So we may or may not do that and have a little let's play. We shall have to see. How much is that? Okay, 200 is fine. Next up is Promethium, and we're gonna go look for that wood cabin and copper. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna set this thing down, our little fabricator here. Once we get to the looks like the copper deposit. These things don't really attack you, which is good. 510 XP from that. So XP really important for unlocking additional like tiers of stuff. Right now I'm almost tier 3. Well, there's my copper deposit, and we actually leveled up. So you basically get XP in this game from, I want to say, just about everything. These things can be aggro or not sometimes. Early on, these things can just obliterate you, so you always gotta be a little careful. Okay, so we are level 3 now. Try to get some more rocks. These rocks here give you the cobalt every now and then as a rare drop, I guess you can call it. We got 3 more there. It's one of those things where, oh, I missed it. You kind of want it because later on it's easier to get later on, but the earlier you can get a nice little pile of it, the better. I want to find corn too. Finding corn will be good. Right now I can only find fibers. There's a lot of animals on this map. I haven't actually had a. Am I ready to go? Oh! Oh, there's 2 of them. These things will mess me up, or like early on. Oh, I got a poisonous bite! I got a poisonous bite! Alright, so I'm probably gonna die here. Well, that really didn't turn out too good. I need to get some, I think it's antidote pills. Yeah, okay, so we're good. Whew. That could have just ended me right there. So let's get to this copper vein, which is over here. Wait. Yeah, copper vein's right here. I was right on top of it. So we don't need too much, but there doesn't look like there's that much here, actually. One of the good things I like about copper is they're usually in an actual vein, like an actual line. So as long as you can pick a good starting spot. Like, I'm still trying to figure out if that's closer or if that's closer. I think this is actually closer. I mean, we don't need that much copper to start, but we need a couple hundred. So we kind of want to do what we're doing here with the iron and the other stuff. We want to get a couple hundred. Because for every 5 pieces of ore, you get 1 ingot. And it takes a little while for things to kind of filter it. And, I mean, by doing this too, we need a lot of stone. Stone is good early on. You can make concrete, which reminds me. Should do that right now. I want to do 100 you. I have no copper. We'll say 60 of you, and we'll just say, actually, we'll say 100 of each of these guys for now, and then we'll just turn that on and let it do its thing. I was gonna say I'd start drilling over here somewhere. And this way, while we're working, it'll make our ingots and stuff like that. That fabricator is the best thing ever early on in the game. It definitely helps get your stuff in order, so to speak. I want to make as much concrete as I can. That way I can make a base. So I can protect myself against drones. Because basically the way the bases work is they release like some sort of like the planets are like being protected by an AI or something like that. There's AI drones everywhere. So there's no story yet, but I have a sneaking suspicion that like the AI or the drones here are like a almost like a guardian type thing. They're pretty easy to kill because it's the starting system. But early on, you still don't want to cheese them off, though. It's 38 copper. 70 copper. Yeah. So you'll see here it says losing contact with drone. Your drone will lose contact with the player if it gets too far. That means you can't basically travel with your drone everywhere. So not all the veins are like this. I find only copper is. Silicone's deeper. Iron, there's usually more of it. Copper is always in a line. Always in a line. So I always find copper is good for, if you're just trying to grind for XP. It's usually not that bad. How much do we got? 206. Let's try to get a little bit more. It says there's, as you can see here, 76% left, so... We're gonna need stone anyways. Look at this last little one. and then we'll get out of here. So you missed that. Let it make its last little one there. Shift F lifts it up. It's my dog barking in his sleep. I am sorry about that. And what I'm gonna do is there's a wood cabin there. I'm actually gonna go into it and let's try to live in it. So promethium is basically fuel. I'm gonna throw some more rocks in there and say that's 10, 20, 30, 40, that's 50. There's something around here. I think it's that right there. You'll learn over time, and you guys will see that this game makes you extremely paranoid. There was something over here I saw. I think I saw something in the ground over here. Yeah, right there. Interesting. I always want to find corn. I can't never find corn in the wild. I don't know what it looks like. Like, I know what corn looks like, but I don't know if it has, like, a different look in the, outdoors, or like, in the wild, or... So here, we don't need too much promethium for power, but we need a nice big stack of this stuff. Especially early on, if we want to get generators and a bunch of other stuff up and running. I'm probably going to build our initial base down by the water. But I'm contemplating building my base actually in a kind of underwater. Not underwater, sorry. In a mountain, like in a mountainside or something. You need water to create oxygen. And obviously water to create things like nutrient solutions and stuff like that. So you do need to be near water. But it's not a priority. So these raptors at nighttime are aggro. Well, and I really don't want to cheese them off at night, but I can hear them hissing, which is never a good sign. Needless to say, I've had my butt handed to me by those things on multiple occasions. Oh, I got corn. I can make plastic. Good to know. So somewhere I found corn. Well, I want to make corn saplings would be preferred. Which is one of the reasons why I want to make a base down by the water. If I can get, because there's 4, so I should be able to get 2 corn saplings pretty quick. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll actually make 2 bases. One base, all it does is basically just, You know, 46 is good enough. Oh, I never turned you on. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to this wood cabin over here and use it as our initial starting base. I'm going to put a cut in here and I'll see you guys when we get there.